Zelter is an early access survival game with quite a decent crafting system and a sea of potential. It's still almost as bare bones as the zombies you'll need to defeat, but knowing some tricks will give you a great start in the game. I'm Epokk from Minigame Guides, and this is my quick start guide for Zelter. Okay, so first at the start of the game you will find yourself in an empty house surrounded by trees and only one free item, a stone axe. Yeah, my first instinct was also to chop down every tree I could find, but you really shouldn't. Now if you chop down all the trees, you will not only expend your tool, your energy, but also lose any chance on getting additional wood later on. So if you let them be, the trees will actually just drop sticks and apples at random times, and you may even find some rocks. So when you just arrived, just run down the entire yard, pick everything up, and I tend to repeat this every time I've just woken up from sleep. Just spend a minute or two picking up all the abundance of these 3 items in your yard, and you will never need to chop them down. And you will have enough in materials for all the crafting you're about to do next. Next up, let's talk quickly about the 3 menus you can check. I for inventory. Your backpack is pretty small at the start and finding an upgrade for it, well, I haven't found one yet, so building chests is something you will definitely want to do, as you'll be mass stockpiling sticks, stones and other stuff in no time. By pressing C you can start crafting your very first items. The items in this list you can make whenever you want as long as you have the required materials in your backpack. But before you do, you should just press T to access your tablet first. Now there are only 3 activated screens at the moment, of which the last one will show you which items to craft to unlock the next tier. Obviously you should just try to create as much of these as possible, since that way you can unlock more recipes. The best recipes require iron ingots, which you can craft into better weapons, tools, traps and so on. But for iron we will need to go out of our safe haven, so let's prioritize some crafting recipes before we head out first. First off, you must have already realized you have yourself a gun. Now it's obviously a nice thing to have, I wouldn't give it away, but I wouldn't use it too much either. Now the pistol requires pistol ammo, which is made of iron ingots. Not only is it not an infinite resource, but also iron is out of your reach at the moment. Now for that reason, build yourself a crossbow. They are pretty cheap to make and the ammo is even cheaper. 2 sticks turn into 5 arrows, so make yourself quite a few arrows. I even prefer to use the crossbow as I only need 3 hits to take down a zombie in comparison to the 4 shots I need to take down a zombie with a gun. The only downside to the crossbow is that you need to reload after each shot, but by effective kiting this won't be a problem at the start. Don't forget you can also make arrows whenever you want, as you won't need a crafting bench to create them. Now that you're armed, craft yourself a stone hammer on your crafting bench. Now you will find the second one for free in a minute, but you will need it anyway. You should also make yourself a bed, as you can regain your energy that way and save your gameplay. I would also recommend to build a lot of drawers from the start, because you will need a lot of storage space for all the materials we will find shortly. Next up, now that we have crafted ourselves quite a decent base, we are armed and we have ourselves a hammer, we can go out and get ourselves some iron. But don't go out during night, as you will be basically operating blindly. So during the day, go outside your base, pick up the free stone hammer and head north on the street. If you encounter any zombies, shoot them with your crossbow while moving backwards. You can also dodge roll, but as long as you keep moving backwards, you will be just fine. Don't try to take down a zombie with your hammer or axe, as this is almost suicide. Now at the moment of this recording there are 6 types of zombies. The regular kind will just try to kill you with your regular hits. The second one is the coward zombie, which will run away and alert other zombies of your presence. The biobomb zombie will explode when near you, and the spit zombie will hit you from long range with his acid. Number 5 is the slow hulking zombie, which will hit you for massive damage, and Big Bro is a zombie boss, which will have some high HP and high damage output. Once the coast is clear, destroy the armored cars, buses and motorcycles all the way from the north to the south of the street. When you destroy one, the car will drop the iron scraps at its front end. So don't bother destroying any vehicles of which you can't reach the front end, as it's just a waste of time and of your tool. Next up, you can head back to your base and start building some new tools. Now as I said before, the axes are basically useless, but if you want to craft an iron tool, I would just go for the iron crowbar. These are useful because the only way to open chests and crates and stuff like that is by destroying them, and the iron crowbar is the best tool for the job. You You should also just build some blade traps if you can. They are expensive as they require 2 iron blades and a lot of wooden planks, but they're ideal for hurting zombies as you're funneling them into a kill zone. By the way, if you start feeling thirsty, you can always drink from any water tap, which spares you from carrying around bottles of water. For food, you should be already relying solely on the apples as they will satisfy your thirst and hunger at the same time. But if you find any meat, don't really eat them unless you're hurt. You can only heal yourself either by eating cooked meat or by using bandages. They are the only way to heal yourself at the moment, so be sure not to waste them. As your base is starting to take shape, you may feel inclined to go visit the town. So this time, cross the street and you will find yourself a 2-apartment house with a couch on the ground floor. Now you can use this couch as an additional save point, so be sure to keep that in mind. All crates, furniture and grocery bags you'll find can be plundered with your hammer or iron crowbar if you have one. Personally, I was using this house as my forward base because you can just use the couch to save and rest up, and you can just place a chest down here for some extra storage and even place some blade traps to make it more secure. Once you're feeling comfortable, you can move further into town. Here you will find a lot more zombies, but also more vehicles to break down and houses to break in. Now, if you're lucky, you will also find an NPC you can recruit. Now, the NPCs at the time of this recording are a little bit of a hassle as they can only serve as a mule or a bodyguard instead of being able to fulfill any task for you. Right now, they will just only follow you around and let you use their inventory. So you can have them follow you around and carry your stuff. And if you give them a weapon with ammo, they can even help you take down zombies. But it's less than ideal. I gave the very first NPC that I found my pistol with 30 bullets, which he had emptied in as many seconds. Maybe it's better if you give them a crossbow, but whatever you do, don't forget they can die from zombies, thirst or hunger. For the last 2, you need to provide them with cups of water and cooked apples. Personally, I wouldn't bother too much with saving the NPCs as the developers are planning an overhaul of the NPCs, their AI, in November. And there we go, basically everything you need to know to get an easy start in Zelter. Now the game kinda feels bare at the moment, but looking at the roadmap and a stunning pixel art, I'm hopeful it'll turn into something great over time. If you found this guide useful, please give the video a thumbs up so other people can find it too. And if you like getting the best guides for your favorite indie games, be sure to subscribe, because that's what we're all about here at Indie Game Guides. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.